everybody. How are you? Welcome to Color and Chat with Joanna. I'm Joanna, and today we are starting a new diamond painting. This is going to be one of a series that I am doing. He's my first one. Hang on, I'll show you what he's going to look like. If you've been on Diamond Art Club, you've probably seen them, but here he is. This is, hold on, let me put my paper down because I don't want to get my glue all nasty. Okay. Here is Hipster Terrier. Now, he has a lot of this beautiful sage background, which well, first of all, I'm a dog girl, so you know I'm going to love a dog, right? Um, but, oh, hold on, gotta get a ring on. Gotta get a ring on. Just makes me feel like I'm actually, dressed for work when I have I got a little fun ring on. Okay. Lily the llama, obviously I finished her. I started her last month on the 29th. I finished her on the 17th. She was, I did do a upload of how she looks, and she is absolutely beautiful. Um, I am so impressed with her. But anyway, so today we're going to start with our Hipster Terrier. Now, if you notice, Lily the llama, and then, of course, this was my first one, Anastasia. But everything is wearing glasses. And I love that. And I'll tell you why. When I was younger and I had to wear glasses, everybody just... Maybe it was because the glasses were truly ugly. I don't know. But back then, if you wore glasses, you were just a dork. And you know what? I'm going to make a whole gallery of animals and people wearing glasses. So today we're going to start on our Hipster Terrier. I need to give him a name, and I would like any of you terrier people out there who have had a Boston Terrier, who are fortunate enough to have one, because they are about the smartest little creatures. They're wonderful. In case you don't know me, hold on, I'm going to put a light pad under this just because I'm having light pad dependency these days. I have been a dog trainer and a behavioralist for about 25 years. And now I have two different shelters that will basically, it really, really got heavy. Hold on, I need wax. It really got active about 4 or 5 years, maybe 6 years ago. No, 9 years ago. I take that back. How time flies, right? About 9 years ago, when a lot of the soldiers were coming home, and not every one of them were coming home to a welcome family and a turkey on the table and, that whole Norman Rockwell photo. They were coming home alone, and they were coming home with some very very serious problems and issues and triggers, so to speak. So I had a friend, and she worked at a local shelter as a full-time employee, and years ago I had gotten her a dog. She was sexually assaulted and beaten within a thread of her life. I won't go into it because it's not my testimony or story to tell. It's really hers. But it was a horrific situation. And if you have gone through that or know anyone who have gone through that, I applaud you. I applaud your bravery to carry on, because many women don't. They don't make it. It's just too much for them emotionally. And when it came to the soldiers, it was the same way. So we were trying to find a way. I had, um, I mean, I have been to training, I have been to school, but I always felt like I had just a natural thing with animals, and particularly dogs. I'm a dog girl. I've always been a dog girl. And I could look at a dog and I could tell if that dog, like, it was really weird. It was like I could see what that dog had been through. And I'm not a psychic and I'm not claiming to be one. Don't come for me that way. But it was just a very unusual thing that if I spent a few quiet moments with a dog, I could learn its personality, I could learn its abilities or lack thereof. And so I was at an aviation show. John and I love to go see the Thunderbirds and the Blue Angels, and oh my gosh, it was our date day. We'd have so much fun. We'd be out there all day eating, hot French fries and coffee on a cold morning, and I always got to take Lucy with me, who was one of my two service animals that had their credentials and everything. And oh, the soldiers would just go, oh my gosh, and the veterans would just go crazy. Oh, they were like, oh please, please, can we pet her? Can we pet her? And of course, I mean, she had a badge that said, please ask to pet me. And some of them would just, Lucy was very tall for Great Pyrenees. I mean, she really was. You didn't have to bend over far. She came almost up to my waistline, which I guess doesn't say that much since I'm only like 5'3", but she's a tall dog. So the veterans, they'd get down on one knee and they'd look at her in the face and they would just hug her and hold her. And some of them would just literally, like, just start quietly sobbing. And I thought, these guys are in trouble. There has to be something I can do. And John was like, oh my God, she's got an idea. She's thinking, I'm getting nervous again. And I said, no, I got to do something. So I called my girlfriend up, the one who worked at the dog shelter. And we were good friends. I was always popping in and out of there. I would always bring anytime I went to buy the big bag of dog food, kibble, I would always, make sure and bring some kibble and some cans of soft food. Because sometimes there's older dogs there and they can't eat the kibble. Their choppers are not working. Anyway, I said, can we have a girl lunch? And she was like, of course we can. What's up? And I was like, I'll tell you about it. So we went to have a girl lunch. And we had our fish tacos and our margaritas. And I looked at her and I was like, I think I might have a problem. And she was like, oh crap. Oh crap, Joanna has a problem. I was like, no, I went to the air show with John and, of course took Lucy, and I just got like mugged. I mean, these veterans were like hurting so bad, and for them to get any kind of an assistance dog, you know, first of all, the waiting line. Can I have a sip of coffee? I hope you don't mind. I'm sorry. Uh, anyway, excuse me. The assistance program was like 3 to 5 years. I was like, these guys aren't going to make it 3 to 5 years. They are fragile. They are frail. Some of these men are completely broken. And I know that when you go through trauma, trauma doesn't have any respect for a clock, you know, or a time or any kind of window like that. Trauma takes its own time. It can be gone in 10 minutes. It can be gone in 10 years. And for every single individual, it's always the same. Or it's never the same. I'm sorry. Anyway, I said, listen, I think I can help these people. I can figure out what they need. Some of them were a great deal more dependent on a dog to do basic chores for them. But I would say at least 80% of them really just needed a companion. They needed something to take care of. And if that was the only reason you stayed alive was, well, I can't kill myself today. Who would take care of my dog? You know, and this is a mentality, by the way. This is an actual, real, everyday mentality. And, you know, it gave them something to get out of their own head because they would be busy taking care of their dog. They would walk and get exercise. They would get fresh air. They didn't have to talk to people if they didn't want to, you know, but the dog helped them become a part of society again. Now, I'm saying this because we had so many dogs adopted during the pandemic because people just, you know, it was out of loneliness. It really was. But anyway, so back to the lunch. I digress. I digress a lot. I'm sorry. I'm the worst storyteller in the world. Okay. So some of these veterans got a hold of me on Facebook after the event, and they were like, I was wondering if my wife and my son and I could just come and visit Lucy and Gandalf because I told them about you guys, and they're such beautiful animals, and we've never seen a Great Pyrenees before. Nothing's more fun than a Great Pyrenees virgin, by the way. I mean, their eyes just pop out of their heads. They're like, wow, I like that. You know? Anyway, so I found myself going, you know, I would meet at Starbucks or at restaurants or, you know, that had patios, or I would meet anywhere but a dog park because I don't bring my dogs to dog parks. I think dog parks are a place just looking for trouble. And since my dog is the biggest dog in the pack, you know what? They're going to come for me. And I mean, really, I'm telling you, my dogs are so well trained. I could lay you down on the floor and put a prime rib on your face, and that dog would not touch you or the meat. I'm not kidding. And that was a test that we did. We did it all the time. We would bring, you know, hamburger or prime rib or whatever, and put a piece of wax paper over somebody's face and lay them down on the floor and just let the dogs go. And the dogs were like, they would sit there and lick their hand and say, "Why are you on the floor?" You know? But they never went after the meat. So that was a kind of a fun thing I would do when we would visit, hospitals and nursing homes, things like that. People just love that. They love that experiment so much. Um, and it taught them to trust. Anyway, forgive me. Oh my God. Yeah, sinuses are still here. I can't get rid of them. I'm just going to have to wait till, the rain washes it all away. Anyway, I said, I love going to visit with them, but really, I don't have time. I'm getting overloaded. I mean, I'm like in the car with the dogs every day. We're running here, we're running there. I'm putting some serious mileage out, and I don't regret at all, doing this, but these people need dogs of their own. And, I'm married to an aviator. We're not rich. Aviators are not rich. They don't make a ton of money. And if anybody tells you they do, they're trying to impress you. Anyway, so she said, I'm going to talk to the owner of the facility and my boss. And after she talked to her, she met with me. And I told her, if you would be willing to forego the adoption fee, because adoption fees in a lot of rescue facilities are $300 to $500, anywhere upwards. Um, and I didn't have that, but I had 5 veterans that were in real need. They were in trouble, and they needed a dog. And she trusted me and said, okay. She said, you need to tell me where the dogs are going. I'm making sure all the dogs are chipped. And if anybody hurts any one of those dogs, then our agreement is probably going to be in question. So, I went home and talked to the long-suffering husband. He said, that is a huge responsibility. What if somebody, like loses it? I mean, honey, you're dealing with people with some serious PTSD here. I said, yeah, but I feel like if I choose the right dog with the right temperament to go with the right person, I don't think I don't want to, I mean, what am I going to do? Say never, never. I can't do that. So, I took a very, very, uh, serious look at myself in the mirror and said, you know what? We can do this. We can do this. And all the years of animal behavioralist behavior that that I had seen, I knew I had to be very, very, very careful. Sorry, changing colors here, and it's a mess. Um, I really had to be very careful about what dog went where. I needed to make sure the dog was safe. I needed to make sure the veteran was safe. I needed to make sure he, you know, wasn't a dog that would spook out. Um, Spooking out is basically when, if somebody yells or if there's like a loud football game on and there's a lot of people in the room, that the dog doesn't become part of the environment. He spooks out and he runs and hides and gets scared or pees on the rug or they do what dogs do when they're anxious. And I needed to make sure I had dogs that were going to not respond to that kind of anxiety. And so I would go and I would just spend hours and hours and hours at the shelter. I mean, oh my God. I felt like I lived there. you know, and just sit with the dogs. I would take them outside. I would walk them. I would walk them around noises. Um, I had an old tin can from a trash can. Remember those old tin trash cans? I had one of those, and I would kind of take it with me on walks, and sometimes I would just throw it behind me on the ground so it would make a loud clank just to see how they would respond, you know. And little tests like this, because these are important tests. They don't seem like much, but they really are important because they I know I'm using pill bottles. It's only 18 colors. This is like a snack. Um, you want to see if they're going to respond like, oh, that was a weird noise, or, oh my God, what just happened? You know what I mean? So, you know, it really didn't have anything to do with the size of the dog, but, you know, maintenance was also an issue. You know, if you have a dog, if I put you with a poodle, um, I need to make sure we have support financially so that the dog can be properly groomed. And so it really snowballed. It went from grooming to veterinary care, veterinary, I'm sorry, veterinarians that I knew, um, just by knowing them, you know, just, this is where you have to remember, you know, people who will help you get there. If you ever try to get there on your own, it won't work. You will never achieve success by yourself. I mean, I know a guy, you know, a former president, who was always constantly, oh, I did this and I did that and I. It's never an I. You always have to rely on your resources, rely on your friends, and you would be amazed at how many friends you can ask for help and they want to help. So let them help. And we got veterinarians who were just like, yeah, bring him in for anything. You know what? I'll give you a hand. I'll help. I'll let you make payments. If you can't make payments, I'll get people to help you pay for it. We'll figure it out. But so every dog had to go to a vet before I was willing to release it, to make sure that there were no very expensive health issues coming up the road. And you know that can happen with anything, right? I mean, you know, you can spend $5,000 on a puppy, and then 6 months later find out that puppy's got a terminal illness. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You know, I mean, you can buy pet insurance, but pet insurance doesn't cover nearly enough that you need when the time comes. It helps. It does help, but it's never enough. Um, So, you know, I mean, you set up a GoFundMe page and you say, okay, we're going to help this dog, we're going to help this man. And I mean, it's amazing. Oh my God, it snowballed into such a thing. So, by the time before I did this up until before I got sick last year. And that was, it was a hard year. You know, I lost Lucy and Gandalf within a year, but they were praised by the community. They were just, I couldn't believe how many people came out from the community for their memorial service. Oh, and I was given a beautiful, beautiful statue that was made. It's not a statue. It's like a glass. You know what? I'm not good at describing these things. Hold on a minute. I'm going to go get it for you. Do you want to see it? I think you might want to see. It's really cool. Anyway, it's this beautiful thing. It was etched in glass for me to tribute and memorialize my dogs, and these people gave wonderful tributes to it. Um, I and these were my people, you know, broken-hearted veterans, both men and women, by the way. Yeah, like I got dogs for 9 women, and you know, they just. Anyway, let me go get you. I'm going to go get it for you. I would love to share this with you. I haven't, like, I don't really show it off a lot. It usually sits on my mantle. It has a light with it, but hang on a minute. I'll be right back. Wait, wait, wait. Hold on. I don't even know where my copy sign is. Wait 1 second. Okay, guys. Everything is always in the other room. Hold on a minute. Now this, I'm going to have to take the camera up a little bit. Bear with me. This was made entirely of glass. Hold on. It's really hard to show glass on TV. Isn't it beautiful? It has their initials. It has their names carved in gold, Lucy and Gandalf. This was carved out of one solid piece of glass. It weighs a ton. I'm not kidding. But it was so beautiful. This is how all the years of kindness, and it really is such their likeness. I mean, even their little crooked teeth. Because Great Pyrenees always have crooked bottom teeth. But I'll show you. What he did was basically carve it all from the back, and then had it put on one piece of solid beveled glass. And that was presented to me at their memorial, and I've never seen anything like it. I think it's the most beautiful. Oh, I got my fingerprints all over it. Well, I'll clean it. But I think it's the most beautiful, and all the glass is raw. You know, around here it's all just, I don't know what it's called, cut, or it's not a bevel. It's really interesting. It looks rough, but it's actually quite soft. And anyway, these are my babies. And so when we lost them, girl, hold on, let me put it back. I'm too nervous with it here. Hang on, I'll just set it aside over here. Okay. So when I went through my pain of losing them after 13 years of service, and they were full-on service dogs. They were on Good Morning America. They were on the cover of the Danbury News, which is a big deal if you live in Sandy Hook. That was our main newspaper. They were amazing creatures, and they encouraged me to do what I could do for the veterans. And so we housed 39 dogs. Yeah. Hang on, I have to turn this light on because I really kind of need the, sorry, so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, I'm so blind. I swear I'm getting old lady eyes by the minute. I think it's happening, people. Anyway, so I would, go by and check on my veterans every now and then. But I gotta tell you, when I was in the hospital, and I don't know how they found out, I really don't. But I guess word travels, right? Holy cannoli, they were they were there sending me one of them sent me his medal and said, hold this for me until you get better and use it to gather whatever strength you can. And other ones sent me hats and t-shirts and cards with pictures of their dogs. Um, these people, and I'm not trying to take credit for this, because I'm not, because it really was, it is the dog who is the hero here. But I'm just wondering, you always have to kind of wonder, how many would not be around? How many would not be around if we hadn't just taken a moment and gotten a guy or a girl a dog? I mean, they're just out of the military. They don't have any money. They don't have any friends. They don't have any group to go to. They don't feel like they can trust anybody. It's such a fragile time in their lives. And so I was really, really privileged. I was privileged to be a part of that. I was grateful to be a part of it. John was not crazy about it, long-suffering husband. It made him nervous. He was like, what if somebody just loses it? I don't want somebody to lose their shit and choke you out or shoot you or, see you as something else. And, I mean, this stuff happens every day, honey. I'm like, oh, you need to chill out. You know what, dude? I mean, I'm going to be careful. I'm going to watch where I'm going. I'm not an idiot. And I'm going to make sure and not, but I did have to meet with people in their house and in their apartment and to help them to, wow, a whole lot of ABs going on here, to help them with, hold on, you know what, I'm going to bring you back down. Don't get scared now. There we go. To help them with their situation, because every need was different. It was all an individual thing. But I really feel like by hopefully October, November, I'm going back in. I am, because I think we have a ton of veterans coming home, and they're coming home different people than when they left. So that is my game plan for the year. We're going to get out in public again, and George and Fiona are not what Lucy and Gandalf were. They're completely different dogs. First of all, Lucy came from France, and Lucy has a pedigree that goes all the way back to Queen Victoria. By the way, did you know Queen Victoria was given a Great Pyrenees and fell in love with them, and actually had a bigger bed made so that they could all sleep with her and keep her warm at night? I'm not kidding. She loved Great Pyrenees. And for that reason, I love Queen Victoria. But anyway, little side note there. So we are going to go back. We're going to work with a new shelter that is closer to me, because I'll be spending a lot of time there as soon as things settle down and apparently they're settling down very quickly. I'm actually nervous about how quickly people are losing mask mandates and lifting them. And I mean, I don't know. I kind of get a little scared for our little ones. You know what I mean? They're not vaccinated. And do they need to be? I mean, is their immune system really strong enough for it? These things are going through my tiny little brain, by the way, at night. I know. Anyway, but okay, so that was our little dog talk. I'm trying to make a mission and I'm trying to say it out loud, because if you say it out loud or write it down 9 out of 10 times, you will get it done. And I'm all about getting stuff done this year. So wish me luck and help me along the way. And have a good day. I hope that I didn't make you sad. I really do, because I mean, you know, talking about pets and everything that we've all had in the past can bring up a little melancholy, but it should always bring up joy, because you had them, even just for a moment. They were yours, and you did everything right by them, and they did everything right by you. And, you know, for that, you are blessed. And that's all I can say about that. Um, anyway, listen, have a good day, people. Okay? I mean, really, shine on, shine big. You know, whatever you got that shines, make it shine. And make sure you get out and go for a walk. The weather's nice. And just even if it's a short walk around the yard, go get a little sun on your face, and know that I love you and I wish all good things for you. Have a good day. Shine on. Bye.